Hey guys, this is a conservative Christian coming back at you guys with another video. This is just going to be a short one. I'm just going to clarify something that I said in one of my past videos, which was the Christian Fallacy. In that video, I stated that it was something along, it was something along lines with, like, you know, how atheists will have a standard or a claim or about something, and then whenever I would do that, they would get mad at me and say that I can't do that. It was along the lines of, like, it was along the lines of, you have atheists now who claim former Christianity, and I wanted to take a look at these people's claims, and I've gotten some people with some backlash saying that I can't do that, basically, even though they're the ones who are saying that all claims should be, tested and they should be supported. So I said that it was either or both, either double standard argument or an argument from hypocrisy. And real quick, I just want to clarify that it was not an argument from hypocrisy. I made a mistake with the argument from hypocrisy that a lot of people make with the definition of terrorism, and coincidentally, in that same video, I even expressed that people have blind spots in their argumentation, and so this was one of them. Just like people equate the word terrorism to mean any kind of event that involves terror, I did the same thing with the argument from hypocrisy. As we know, terrorism doesn't really mean any event that involves terror. You've probably seen that topic kind of being talked about somewhere in the past news as it pertained to certain shootings involving certain races of people versus others. But as the definition of terrorism, at least that is used in the government, is, acts of violence meant to intimidate for a political cause. It's very, very clear. It's for a political cause. So when something happens where there is no known motivation, or there is no motivation that's politically motivated or politically based, then that is why that is not classified as terrorism. So I kind of did the same thing here with this. I assumed, like, oh, well, argument from hypocrisy, it seems pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I need to actually look this up. It's basically where your opponent, says this, and your opponent makes this argument, but he doesn't do the opposite. And actually, the funny thing is that even if that's true, I'm the one who is making that fallacy. So let me just quick clarify that I was accusing the atheists of making an argument from a double standard, meaning that they have a standard for something, but then they change it. So I was just accusing them of having a double standard, but actually in an ironic twist, I was the one making the argument from hypocrisy. So just in case people don't know, the argument from hypocrisy basically goes like this, and specifically as it pertains to Christianity. Well, you say the Bible is true, but the Bible says that eating shrimp is a sin, and you eat shrimp. So I guess the Bible must not be that true. So the argument from hypocrisy is actually something that you get accused of, not something that is, or did I say that right? Okay, let me go back just a second. Okay. An argument from hypocrisy is basically when your opponent is arguing for X, but their actions or maybe even their personal beliefs indicate that they themselves don't believe in that thing. And an example that they gave when I looked this up was that, I don't think that we should kill cows or animals or something like that. And the person said, well, you're wearing a leather jacket, so I guess that you're just trying to dismiss their argument, or say that I guess your argument isn't worth fighting for. So it's being dismissive, and you're not basing the entirety of the argument based on your own set of facts. You are just calling out a hypocrisy. People are all hypocritical, but that doesn't mean that just because they're hypocrites that what they are doing is right or wrong. You have to prove that it's right or wrong. In the realm of logic, you have to be able to substantiate your claim, and not resort to fallacious argumentation. So that would be an argument from hypocrisy, like I did. So I thought that I was actually in the right by accusing them of making a hypocritical argument. Obviously, now basically saying, well, so even if I was right, I was wrong. Because even if my definition of argument from hypocrisy was correct, it actually wasn't correct, because the actual definition is actually precisely what I did. I said, well, you don't follow this standard, so why should I take you seriously? So that's the argument from hypocrisy. And so I'm just going to correct that and say, obviously, that is a double standard. When an atheist says that this is my standard, this is how I think we should do things, being that claims should be tested by evidence or what have you, and then I do that, and then you say I can't do that, that is not an argument from hypocrisy. That is just well, I don't know if it's an argument from double standard or if it's just a double standard. So I'll look into the double standard part, but I just wanted to make that clear that I know what an argument from hypocrisy is now, and the way I use it in that context was wrong. So yeah. All right, we're all learning. Cool. So until next time, guys, this is the Conservative Christian signing out.